Shan, I am wondering if there is not a lot of lawyers in the Obama and Biden administration going, boy, I wish we had thought of this, because then when the conservatives court shopped for nationwide injunctions, they wouldn't have held up.
Well, actually, they did think of it, but they didn't have a high court that was willing to go along with them. So lots of other administrations have disliked this idea, and of course it goes to the effect on future presidents. But they tried to.
All right. Jim, I get how excited Republicans are right now, because effectively this means that Democrats can't run to district court judges, very liberal judges in certain places, and get an order that restricts an executive order for the whole country. I remember, though, that Republicans did the same thing under Joe Biden, and Republicans were very happy. I'm thinking about the mask mandate that was overturned nationwide for airlines because of a judge in Tampa, so many others. What's going to happen when there's a president AOC and then Republicans have no chance at injunctions?
Well, when there's a president AOC, I'll be in New Zealand or somewhere, so please don't terrify me like that. But look, I think the bottom line is the lawfare, the unmitigated barrage of lawfare aimed at President Trump is both different in quantity and quality. I mean, he had 64 injunctions issued during his first term. He's had 40 during the first 5 months. And you're right, it's forum shopping, it's manufactured emergencies. And here's what I would say, Leland. Courts work best when they have the ability to develop a record, understand facts, probe those facts, deliberate, and make rulings. And preliminary injunctions, and that's the narrow area we're talking about, are really the antithesis of that. They don't give the judge much time to create a record, defend that record on appeal, or do anything but go by the gut. So when you keep going to judges who are willing to issue nationwide preliminary injunctions on very little evidence, very little time for argument or deliberation, it's not a good recipe no matter who the party is.
Okay. Well, Democrats are the party out of power, and as you can see, they are worried. Petrified may be the right adjective. Take a listen.
I think this is the first chapter of what could be, as the year goes on, as the next term goes on, a far more severe and serious crisis.
The court deals a devastating blow to a key guardrail in our country against the Trump administration's lawlessness.
Presidency, forget about Donald Trump, the presidency is far more powerful than it was at 9:55 a.m. this morning.
All right, Shan, the presidency is far more powerful. I think both Republicans and Democrats agree with that. But is it more powerful in a everlasting way, or simply this means that it takes a little longer to get an injunction and then for it to be tested?
It is more powerful in an everlasting way, in the sense that what this decision says is it doesn't matter how far out in left field an executive order might be, for example, it stays in place until they can litigate it. The way that it's a little bit different than some of the reactions that are, overly panicky perhaps, is it's a speed bump for litigants in this case. They're going to hit them with class actions and move forward with that. But for the judiciary and their power, including the Supreme Court, maybe they don't realize this, it's kind of a sinkhole for them, what they've done to themselves. Jim, you're telling me that Democrats are not going to use this against Republicans and Republicans won't rue this day? I know you'll be in New Zealand, but there may be a lot of us still in America thinking, gee, courts would be a great place to be able to check a president, right?
Well, I know, I get your point, and I think, look, there's always these unintended consequences where the happy party realizes 4 years later maybe they shouldn't have celebrated quite so loudly. But I actually disagree with kind of the premise here that this is the sign of a stronger presidency, an imperial presidency. The reality is, having a Supreme Court urge all the lower courts, stop being the Lilliputians who tie down Gulliver with these preliminary injunctions. That doesn't mean Gulliver is suddenly stronger. It's kind of a return to normalcy, that you can't have a single district court judge handpicked in Maryland and California and D.C. that ties up an entire federal government. They can still proceed with the eventual preliminary injunction. They can still litigate these things. The power of the judiciary to review constitutionality hasn't changed. It's just this kind of manufactured emergency basis. And I think eventually maybe everybody will get used to what we used to have up till maybe 20 years ago, which is, yes, the court can use that special power sometimes, but rarely, and usually after full-blown hearings rather than one day after a filing.
Shan, I'm going to give you the last word. Will Democrats rue the fact, I think this is what Jim is getting at, that they got preliminary injunctions on so many things, that everything was an emergency, that this actually got tested?
No, I don't think they're going to rue that fact. That was really just using the legal process the way it has to be used. I mean, I think ultimately it's the judicial system that's going to rue this because, to Jim's point, you know, the idea that there's not enough fact-finding at these district courts, that might be true, but there's a whole lot more fact-finding there than there is by the Supreme Court, and they are the ones who are constantly taking it upon themselves to do everything on their emergency shadow docket. They want to have the word whenever they feel like having a word, and that's going to be a problem. It is a problem.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate it. 2 lawyers, 2 opinions. At least we didn't get 3 tonight. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.